I wasn't going to come on here tonight and do a video. I was going to relax and try to get to bed early until I received a phone call from my friend, and she was totally inconsolable. And I said to her, "What is wrong?" And when she told me that Charlie Kirk was just shot and killed, I just, I was stunned. I was stunned. When is it going to end? When is it going to end? Too much has been going on. Okay, yeah, we have the Republicans and we have the Democrats, and we always have. And there's always been our debates back and forth and our banterings back and forth, but now it's getting to be dangerous, and it's the people that we're dealing with nowadays are so brainwashed. I can say that's all I have to say, because I don't know how else to say it. There's so much going on and so much hatred being put into people's brains. And, this is not political no more. This is actually good against evil. And it scares the living crap out of me. It's bad enough living in this world nowadays and the pressure that people are under with the living situations that we are encountering, to add salt to a wound. I mean, you have literally political heads coming out and speaking out like I've never heard in my life. What happened to people having some kind of common sense in their head? You have that Crockett lady, and I'm not going to get into all this, but there's just so much unrest being spewed on us as citizens, and so much division being put in between us that it's literally making us inhuman. I mean, look at that poor little girl who was just sitting on the train, or it was a train, yes, or a bus, whatever. I can't even remember. And the black man behind him just getting up and stabbing her to death. It's become white against blacks and race against race, and one religious belief against the other. It's just every kind of thing that they could pit each other against. It reminds me of, in a smaller scope of things, it reminds me of a dysfunctional family where you have several children and the mother and father don't get along, and as stupid as adults are, they would pit one child against the other, and the children grew up to hate each other. But this is going on at a massive, massive worldwide dilemma. God, I would never in a million years at my age ever believe that we would come to something like this. It's just way beyond my scope of humanity to think that we could be so desensitized and so misled and just dangerous, just so dangerous. I mean, right down to us losing our children with massive amounts of drugs coming over to our country, and it just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And where does it all end? Does it end with the world ending? Does it? Like, how about these young people who just got married and are planning to have a family? Should they? Would you raise a child in this world nowadays? I mean, look at Charlie's children, a young girl and a young boy, and that poor mother now has to raise those children by herself. And all he did was sit and talk to people at a college in Utah and then get shot. Why? Why? What was the sense of that? I just don't get it. It makes me so ill to think about it. And I wouldn't dare show you any of the videos because, matter of fact, I think they should all take them down because that wife is going through enough right now. She does not need to see her husband being shot in the neck. And that wasn't just, and I'm just saying my own personal opinion, that was not just a random shot. That was somebody who really knew how to shoot. I mean, to get them right from the way I seen it, right in the, it looked like jugular or carotid artery, whatever you want to call it. I call it a jugular. It was just too precise. So, was it somebody who was hired to do it? I don't know. I know I have my beliefs, what I believe in. Do I want to speak them out? No. No, I don't. We have freedom in speech, yes, we do. But now, at what consequence is it that you speak something out? If you say the wrong thing nowadays, how do you know you're not going to get a knife across the neck or a bullet in the head for just saying something off color or something that you believe in and something that somebody else don't believe in? It's scary, you know, and I try to tell my grandson this all the time. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth because you never know who's going to come out there and give you a whooping for something that you believe in and something that they don't. And why should I have to have a conversation like that with a child? What happened to our freedom of speech? Never mind the government taking it away. And in my opinion, the higher ups has incited all this. They're the ones who started this unrest and has spread this evilness. And I don't know if we're going to come out of it. I really don't. I mean, like I said, it's race against race. It's religion against religion. It's, what if you have the wrong hair color and somebody doesn't like it? There's no consequences. People don't think with their frontal lobe anymore. All right, I don't like this person. I mean, again, I'm going to go back to that beautiful little blonde white girl. I'm not sure what country she was from, but I know she wasn't from America. But she was sitting there, tiny little thing, just minding her own business. And this guy comes up and slices her throat. For what? For what? What was the sense of that? And not to mention, how many times before has he been arrested? It was in the teens. I just don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm so beyond having somebody sit behind me, having somebody sit next to me. You have to have your head on a swivel all the time, and God forbid, like me, if I have my grandson with me, now you have two lives that you have to worry about. What if you go to the mall? What's going to happen in the mall? And this is all fear. And we should not have to live in fear. And this is the way it's going. I'm just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, right now my heart is shaking. My anxiety level is off the charts. And it's not even something near me. It's just, I see where, oh God help us, this world is going. And again, this is man-made. And it's evilness within certain people. And the goodness is trying to battle this evilness. And I don't know. Are we going to make it through? Are we? I don't know. I mean, after what I've seen tonight, you know, that young man was just sitting at a college. And people around, they were listening, whether they agreed with him or not. That's what debating is. Not taking a gun and shooting somebody. That's not debating. That's a coward. That's a coward. And who put him up to it? Who put him up to it? And will they ever find his shooter? I don't know. I mean, that was, in my opinion, a professional shot. And where did that come from? Where did it come from? Higher powers. That's what I'm going to say. You know, it's to the point right now where, I mean, you never really talk about politics or religion. It's just a natural thing that you don't want to do because I mean, with me, I just don't want somebody else feeling uncomfortable if they have different beliefs than I do. So you're better off not talking about it. But now, you're almost afraid to. Are you a Trump supporter? You should be able to say yes or no. You should be. I mean, are you a Democrat? Are you a Republican? You should be able to safely say, yes, I'm a Democrat, or yes, I'm a Republican. And you should be able to, if you're engaged in a conversation, you should be able to talk as adults. Well, yes, I do believe in this, and this. I do disagree with this, and this. So why don't we just agree to disagree? It's not like that nowadays. It's not. It's, you better watch your back. Because if you say something the wrong way, you might not be here tomorrow. And it goes right down the line. Right down the line. You know, what if somebody cut you off in a supermarket line and you say, like, hey, you're really supposed to be at the back of the line, and you get shot. Why? Because there's so much desensitizing that has been going on, and so much self-entitlement that it's a really, really dangerous world. And like I said, I wasn't going to go on here tonight. I was a little bit tired from last night. And after that, I just had to go on and talk to you guys and say, what the hell? What the hell are we all thinking about? Why? Why? You know, it's corny to say it, but why can't we all just get along? Why can't we agree just to disagree? Why do we have to kill? And I know that YouTube doesn't like that word, but oh well, it's the truth. You know? Why do we have to put our hands on other people? Why? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And it makes me sick to my stomach. And no wonder why so many people have panic and anxiety. And you know, I don't know. This is not a nice subject. And it's a sad, sad day to know that yet another young, beautiful mother and wife is going to be raising two beautiful children alone. Charlie was only 31 years old. He was a baby. He was a baby. And he was a national speaker. He spoke out, but not in a mean and evil way. He just spoke what he believed in. And he didn't hold anybody captive if they weren't with what he was saying. The thing is, you can get up and walk away. That's your right. Just like it's his right to do public speaking. That's been going on since the beginning of time. But now we have one less person in the world and one more angel in heaven because of this. What a shame. What a shame. Okay, Joe just joined us. I had to take a few minutes to inform him what was going on. He just got in the door. So I'm sure that he has a lot of input as to what's going on and his feelings. And as everybody knows by now, Joe is more blunt than I am. And he speaks totally different than I do. So at this point, I'm going to turn this over to Joe and let him to speak to you guys and to get his feelings out. So with that, here you go.
Well, I don't know how well I'm going to do with this. She did real good with her part. So, but she asked me to add to it, so I'll do what I can. What a shame about Charlie. My God. The man didn't do anything to anybody. He just spoke his belief and allowed people to speak their beliefs to him. And they worked it out most of the time. All right. But it was a normal conversation. All right. And the people came there, whether they agreed with him or not, to speak their mind. I don't get the idea of this, of he's like, he shouldn't, that he should be on alive. Let's put it that way. Can't stand talking like that. It's ridiculous. But just a shame. Just a shame. And yeah, I agree with Cher. I think it was professional. It was too good of a shot. All right. And I think it was set up by more than the person that did it. All right. This is my beliefs. Okay. So just so you know that. I'm not saying it actually happened. I'm saying what I believe possibly happened.
And everybody has freedom of speech, and you have every right to speak how you feel.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of times people say stuff that I don't like, but they have a right to say it. Okay, and that's, we're in America. If we had kept going with Biden, we'd be in who knows what foreign country by now. All right.
Or they will be here.
Well, I'm saying they would be here. It would be whatever country they're from.
Right.
The majority.
Right.
This thing with some of you people, that what you're thinking, just because you hate the man, okay? And no, he's not doing everything he said he would do. But let me tell you something.
He means Trump. President Trump.
I didn't know you wanted me to say him.
No,
Okay.
President Trump, yeah.
Trump, okay? You all voted Biden in. What'd that get you? And you fell right in line, took the brainwash, and followed with it, all right? If he had told you to walk off the end of a cliff, you would have done it, right?
Not saying that you guys would.
No, not you. So some people, okay?
Right. A lot of people are not going to believe like we believe, and that's okay. So if you don't like what we're saying, get off the video.
Right. And see, there's a difference. Some of you are like, well, you're a Trump follower, da, da, da. You know what? But when Trump screws up, we say Trump screws up. When Biden screwed up, it's like, well, he's okay. It's doing all right. There's a difference. You fall in line. Some of you just fall in line and just like the Pied Piper. And for somebody to come along and do what they did to Charlie because they didn't like it, or it might have led to something that it shouldn't have led to. Who knows? Nobody knows. My assumption. That's it. But my theory is they're trying to put us back in the box again because they kind of put conservatives in a box when Biden got in. They started changing everything. And then conservatives didn't want to say nothing because right away, then you get attacked.
Which shouldn't have happened. We should have stood our ground.
Right. And that's on us. That's really on us. But when you feel like you're being ganged up on, now listen, I don't have a problem with whether it be physically or mentally fighting. But when you see or think you see, and it was all smoke and mirrors, okay? Because the election proved that, right? You can't have 80 million people vote for a man and then think you dinky little people are going to walk in and just take it all back because you ain't getting it, okay? And all you're going to do is wake the dragon. And I'm not talking violence, but it will be dealt with. You're barking up the wrong tree, people, okay? You're taking out people that didn't hurt anybody, right? Even to take out somebody that's got control. What's wrong with some of you?
It's evilness.
It's just, oh, I wish it was a Trump instead of Charlie. Really? Where's your thought capacity? Is your mind that small? All the things that Trump has done that he said he would do.
There's only one man.
You're blind. You don't want to see it because you don't like Trump. Stupid. I didn't like Obama. But when he made president, I backed him because he was my president. Okay? And he did a lot of screwed up stuff. You people can't handle that.
Not you per se.
Yeah, they know that already. Oh, he said this. He acts like this. Is he arrogant? Hell yeah, he's arrogant. And I think that's what helps him get through everything. All right? Who cares? As long as he's doing what he said he was going to do. Now, has he done everything? No. But he had over 200 signed, I can't even think. What did he sign on?
Oh, the executive orders?
Yeah. Executive orders done in a week? Month, maybe a month.
I don't know.
Biden might have had 100 done in a year. Okay? Stop being stupid. Stop letting your anger get in the way. And believe me, this is not anger. Yeah, this is not anger. This is frustration. Because your people just don't think. You want to believe what you want to believe, and that's all there is to it.
Well, also true. I mean, the media has a lot to do with it.
Well, and they're starting to show.
Yeah, I mean,
the true colors are starting to come out.
Oh, so many people are being fed crap and just eating it and not knowing that it's not good for them.
Just like when they bring a conservative on. Okay. I'm just using an example. CNBC. I think that's it, right? CNBC. Don't really know, don't really care because they're a waste of TV time. And then the people that watch those channels that don't know what's going on our side, and that's stupid too. He's just saying sides.
Well, I think that everybody should watch every news.
Well, that's not what I'm getting at.
Media, but
they don't watch like everybody. Oh, Fox. Oh, Fox. Yeah, okay. They don't watch it. See, we watch. I don't like it, but I
watch everything.
Right, and especially her. She watches everything to hear what's going on. But when they have a conservative on their program, and some of you actually sit and listen, then the light bulb goes off sometimes. And it's like, oh, really? They said this, but this is what it really is. And that's what you need to do to be informed. You can't just sit there and watch somebody spew out crap, okay, and say, okay, we'll go with that. Once again, you're falling in line. Follow the Pied Piper, okay? You got to be informed, well informed.
Well rounded.
And I there's so many subjects I want to touch on, and I can't
Well, it's just,
go into it because
I think it's just a shame that, and you know my belief that it's no longer a political uh, battle. I truly, truly, in my heart, believe that this is good against evil. And I pray.
it's still coming from a political, my thoughts, okay, only. I still think it's coming from higher up.
Which could be evil.
Or they are evil, okay? But some of them don't want to see that.
No, it's like the song Blinded by the Light.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, and the light's being shined on so many people who are misinformed, and it's causing unrest in the United States of America. And again, I had said prior to you coming out, it's like on a lesser scale in a family unit, which is dysfunctional, one child is being pit against each other.
Right.
And then that ensues hatred.
Right.
And that's what's happening to the American people.
Yeah.
And not only is it just hatred in general, we have the anger because of all our economical and financial burdens that's being put on us. I mean, you know, and just so much that's being done wrong.
Right.
That everything is like piling up like a volcano inside of
Right.
us, and all it needs is just one little crack in that volcano, and it's gonna erupt.
Well, here's one for you. I used to work for a company, and I got to know a black guy. Uh, nice guy, great guy. And we got talking about different things, and we ended up reading the news where it said a black man shot a white woman. And, you know, we got to talking about it. And he goes, why do they even have to say what race they are?
Exactly.
And I said, you're exactly right. You're exactly right, because they're trying, as Cher said, to pit the races against each other.
But nowadays, if it was a white man or woman shooting a black man or woman, it's all over
Right.
social media and the mainstream news. And that's only to ensue more division.
Right.
And it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, this person shot that person. This female shot that female. Or, you know, just like with that poor little girl from
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay, it was Ukraine. You hardly ever heard anything because he was a black man. And it shouldn't be like that.
And he was arrested 18 times.
18 times. See, I didn't know that. I knew it was in the teens. I just didn't know what it was.
And listen, they're saying I'm just going to say it this way. They're saying he was psycho. Okay.
Psychotic. Okay.
Psycho. Right. You got to be psycho. Why are you going to, the girl sits down, you stand up and just stab her in the neck. You got to be psycho. Who would do that? Be done with it.
Well,
No, Al.
yeah, I get your way of thinking, but I also get, you know,
There's a process. I get it.
right. And it just, the poor little thing was in the way
Of what?
of his, whatever was going on in his mind. And it goes back to, there's just so much wrong with this world. The healthcare system and the mental
If he was not
breakdowns.
released
You're right.
and been put in and taken care of
You're right.
the way he should have been.
You're right.
So he was neglected. Okay?
Yes.
I know what I say sounds off the wall, but they should have taken care of him to begin with.
Yeah, he should have had psychiatric care from day one.
So now there's a young woman dead from a violent death because the city didn't do what they should have done. And that's just plain fact.
Or whoever should not have done.
The city.
The city or the state or the justice system or the healthcare system. All of it's combined to one when it comes to mental health.
She came here to escape crap like that.
Yeah.
And look what happens.
Now she's no longer here. And now Charlie Kirk is no longer here. And the man was not, he was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
He got everybody's opinion. He was never nasty.
No, but he knew what he was talking about.
He did know what he was talking about. He was high in his beliefs, which he had every right to. And there was no reason for him to be taken out of this world.
Well, get this one. The governor, I'm not going to say a name, who's pushing the violence. It's like, oh, it's such a shame. This should never happen. And then you have other ones politically. Oh, this should never happen. It's not right. Who push violence? What do you think is going to come out of it? That's my opinion. Just look it up. Well, you'll find them.
How about that older lady, the one that was saying about if you see a Trump supporter,
you want me to say her name?
Yeah, what is her name?
I'm pretty sure it's Maxine Waters.
That's it, the older lady.
The old black lady, yeah.
Yeah. She was.
Oh my God, I'm racist. I said black.
No, we're not racist. We're not. She was saying if you see a black Trump supporter
A black Trump supporter?
I'm sorry. No, it's not. My head is like, believe me, my head is not here tonight. If you see a Trump supporter, to basically hurt them.
Right.
That's not her words, but that's what she basically said. I'm putting it nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why would you do that? You're in the government realm.
Representing people.
Right. Why would you be leading your people astray? To what end?
And then now they condemned Trump and Vance. I love them both to death, man, for talking the way they do. Well, guess what? They're talking on our level.
Yes, which is what I love.
Right. But yeah, that's wrong. But now the Democrats, for what, 2 months, 3 months, have been trying to do the same thing. It don't work for them because it's all fake.
They cuss up a storm.
It's fake.
And, Trump and J.D. Vance speak like every human being that's not trying to put on airs. They're down to earth people, and that's how they speak.
Well, look at the boat that they took out,
Which is well, they should have.
and they're
It's how many? Oh my God! Don't even get me going about
and
that damn boat.
they're up in arms because they took them. Well, it could have been a family. Really,
Okay,
You had 11. Um, whatever you want to call them.
Kilos was it?
No,
What?
guys?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking right away. I went to the drugs.
Well, no, they had a ton of drugs in there. They had 11. What do you call them? Cartel. I'm just going to say cartel, but that's not what I'm looking for. On this boat with drugs. Yeah, it's a family. Okay. Well, it could have been cousins. I don't know. What do you think? On a high speed boat.
I don't care. They had drugs and they were coming to us. And that will kill our youth and our older people, but mostly our youth. Do you know how many people that we've had, young men and women, that we had to bury? Me personally, I know so many I should not have to. And you know what? Yeah, blown the hell out of the water. Don't get me going on those damn people with the drugs. Because if it was me, personally, I'd open their mouth and shovel it down their throat with a funnel. Here, take what you're given. I'm sorry, but I'm so.
So anyway.
Yeah.
You done?
I gotta calm down.
You done?
Yeah, I gotta calm down.
So they're all up in arms. Oh, shit, it's not right. And da. They are bringing drugs in, as Sherry said, and killing your children.
Talk about population control. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
just talk about population control.
You're going to let me finish the sentence?
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah, probably.
Well, not probably. You are.
I don't know if I can keep my mouth shut.
Hey, get off my hair, though.
Sorry.
And you still, oh my God, you killed them. You killed them. Really? How many of our people have they killed? You don't care. Some of you have no mental capacity. And that's just the way it is. Because you're stuck on one thing. You don't look at the overall picture. All right, and it's ridiculous.
Well, okay. I can tell there's not going to be any sleep tonight in our house. Because I am so. I wish it was tomorrow morning already. Because I know there's not going to be any sleep on my part. Just for the main fact of living my life here now in these days.
Mm-hmm.
But I pray to God that you guys have some peace and find some hope that things will be okay.
Can't be hope.
And pray to God, whatever God you have, pray to him or her that we become stronger in our faith, in our government, in our minds, in our bodies, and we get some damn sense back into our heads. And with that, I have to say goodnight. I have to say goodnight. Just please. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
Just please be safe out there. Watch your back.
And you know, the only thing I do have to say, only thing I do have to say is no matter how much we say, we do, it's not going to matter.
Yes, it does. because every voice, if you have one
No,
voice,
no. I mean, to the ones that we're talking to about, as in the ones that just continue to believe, as they say, Orange Man bad.
one singer is a solo, a couple singers is a band, a chorus can be heard worldwide, and we all have to become a chorus and let this shit, excuse my language, be heard and be ended, and let our country heal and become the country that we knew.
I don't see it happening.
I have faith.
Well, and that's good, and that's great to have faith, but I don't see it happening. Because no matter what he does, the cabinet does, which, by the way, are doing fantastic, doesn't matter. They're all poisoned.
Then get the old crypt keepers out of there and get some new people in there, like our J.D. Vance, who's young. And even though Trump is in his 70s, he's like a young man. Get some new people in there and get those old crypt keepers out. Go. Blow them. Be gone. Blow the dust.
Wait,
Clear the corners.
where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
The funny thing is, Biden was as bad as he was all those years, and the media covered for him.
That's the problem.
Trump stubs his toe when he's dying. Nice.
By the media.
By the media, yeah.
Get rid of the media. Go on YouTube.
They're working on it.
Thank God they got rid of The View.
I don't.
Jeez almighty. Again, I'm going to say, before I spout off at the mouth again, please be careful. Please be safe out there. Watch your back. Please homeschool your children, because they do not need to learn stuff that they should not learn. And be safe until we talk again.
And definitely be aware now.
We'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.